YouTube? We're back again today for more of our Gencon Bonanza Explosion Blowout coverage, brought to you by some amazing Kickstarter backers. I love each and every one of you, and also some amazing companies. We have Gleam Games coming out with Dark Mages later this year. Tasty Minstrel Games, who sponsors the whole dang channel. Love them. And then, of course, Medieval Lords, who has Black Souls coming out later this year. And right now, if you ask me what my most anticipated game of Gen Con 2017 is, this was not on my list because they just announced this yesterday. I am chomping at the bits. If you follow my channel, you know my favorite game of all time is Twilight Imperium 3rd Edition with the expansions and 8 hours of goodness. And right now, we're about to talk to Ben, and we're about to learn about Twilight Imperium 4th Edition! So, what is Twilight Imperium 4th Edition?
Well, this is the 20th year of Twilight Imperium existing. It sort of kicked off the Fantasy Flight Company. By the way, I'm just a contractor here, just showing you the game. Don't represent Fantasy Flight, I'd like to mention that. But we have the most streamlined, the most interesting, and I think the most beautiful game yet to come to the series. So, what do you want to know about it?
So, what's different?
Okay, different. They tried to take all the things that you love to hate about some of the clunkier things in the older editions and just really rework them and refine them. So I'd like to talk about 3 main things here. We've got, first, if you get a beautiful shot of one of these boards, when you use a technology upgrade, you simply rifle through this deck and cover up a unit, increasing its stats immediately. So you look straight down and see, oh, my combat value just went up. You're not rifling through cards, finding a little bit of a value. You've got text right on there, clear, simple. And then what else they did is your prerequisite, no more trees. I've got a yellow and a green prerequisite out. That means I can search through my deck and find one that would require 2 greens, or this one requires 1 yellow. I can make that one now. And they tree without each other. Just, I've got an icon, I've got 2 icons, I can afford the card that costs 2 icons or 3 icons. Much more simple, and much more choices for you. So technology's revamped with these beautiful player boards and the layout. Politics is revamped. You gotta talk about politics in Twilight Imperium. Mecatol Rex cannot be taken until you have 6 influence at your disposal. So no more mad dash to the center to try to hold it for those victory points. You've really got to grow and have the power of the people behind you. After this is taken, a new 4th phase is added to the game. You're going to play through your strategy phase, your action phase, your status phase, and then a new politics phase where all your planets are flipped up, and then you go through 2 rounds of bidding on politics cards, mandatory for every round for the rest of the game. It's no longer the politics card sitting with a stack of bonus counters because nobody wanted to play with it. It is now, we're doing politics, so you better be ready and you better have influence planets to spend now. So they'll be flipped up. You spend some of them on the first agenda, and then a second agenda is going to come out. So you're sort of weighing, do I really care about this? How much do I want to hang on to? Because I know another agenda is going to come out, and that one might affect me more. Do I want to flip all my cards now and say, this is the one I'm voting for? You know, maybe it's elected player. They can swap a strategy card with somebody else's. Oh man, that's super powerful. Do I want that, or do I want to maybe wait and see if, oh, okay. I can end somebody's turn when they try to attack me. Man, I really want that card. I wish I would have saved my influence. So then after the 2 rounds of bidding, the cards get refreshed again and you'll go into another strategy phase. So politics is fresh and exciting and more central to the game. They've changed some other stuff too.
Now I'm seeing a 0 tile over there. What is that about?
Well, you know the Null Collective. There are nicknames for that race that I probably shouldn't say on camera, but it's just another part of the streamlining process. Instead of having to remember that their racial ability is that they're always 0, they give you a token for it. And I've found, having the 3rd edition and both expansions myself, looking through this box, they pick the best of them. They pick the ones that I want to play with. You've got trade contracts, you've got flagships right off the bat. Excuse me, these strategy tiles are refined, I think, to like a 3.0 really, but taking what they learned from the white strategy tiles and adding in just some really nice touches that simplify and streamline things.
Now, one thing that I'm super excited about, super dumb, box insert.
Yeah, box insert, heck yeah, it's great. It's over here. Let me pull that up for you. You've got a thermoformed plastic insert ready to go, ships punched out in the bag. I had to punch all the cardboard, of course, which was quite the chore, but it didn't take me the 3 days that it took me to unbox Twilight Imperium 3.
Wait, you don't have to punch out, do you have to punch out these?
Don't have to punch those out.
Yes!
I know, and feel them too. They've got a nice little clank to them, and they've totally made the War Sun what it always should have been, which is a planet loomer destroyer.
All right, and this has was it 15 races?
I don't know, we can count.
Yeah, I know this one had
6 on the table, and I'm thinking at least that many back in the box. I could talk about one last thing that I really think they changed for the better. The trade contract system. Instead of, hey, you and me are friends, we're across the table, I've got your card, you got my card, I get trade goods. Now it is up close and personal and actually a little bit more relevant to the game. You've got what are called commodities. And at first they don't make a ton of sense because we've never seen them before in Twilight Imperium, but the way that the trade good tokens work, and they're right across the table. Here, let me reach. All right, I got some of these double-sided tokens. Gray side is commodity side. These are worthless to you. You've got a max on your board that they refreshes up to if the trade card is triggered. Now, when you're sitting here with these, they're worthless to you. You've got to make friends, you got to get rid of them, because if you and I are in neighboring tiles, Texas, we can swap commodities, which simply means that I take these tokens and I give them to you, and now they are trade goods. Same goes for you. Your commodities are worthless over here on your board, but you know, we're friends. I'll trade you 3 for 3, I'll trade you 4 for 2, you know. This is how I'm gonna get trade goods now from my neighbors in actual proximity. And I feel like that's just a much more interesting system, and it's simplified and streamlined. Like, you're not, I feel like for the dozen times I've played the 3rd edition, all the things that I have to say, like get out the rule book and like read a paragraph to someone to explain, are now like written right there. They're simple right there. They're 1-sentence answers, not 1 paragraph answers. A great example of that too is one of these cards just makes space docks. No more like, if I had the planet for the whole round and now I had to activate it and I do a production phase and it can't produce for this, it's just, I popped, which one is it? One of these just makes space docks. Is it production? Oh, I put it over here.
Okay.
Construction. There it is. I was wondering where I put that. Yeah. Place a PDS or a space dock and place a PDS. So if you take construction, the primary ability is you get a space dock and a PDS. Or 2 PDS if you like. And then the secondary ability. Anybody else, you know, take a token and spend it and get your own space dock or PDS. Simplified. No more pulling the rulebook out. And I feel like they really tried to touch that in every piece of the game. I haven't sat down and played a whole session myself, but some of my friends that have said that it was a lot quicker. Secret objectives are different. Now, the 8 strategy card will allow you to draw another one.
Oh,
you can have up to 3. They're each worth 1 point, so they're simpler to accomplish. You're dealt 2 in the beginning of the game. You choose 1 and discard the other. So you're starting off with one that you know you like. You're drawing more throughout the game, and that's going to help you push the point tracker forward, as this is, as most people should know, a victory point scoring game. It may look like a politic game, it might look like a war game, but really at the end of the day, the person who's going to win Twilight Imperium is always the one that focuses on scoring the most points. So every round, a stage 1 or stage 2 card's going to flip up. This is the score tracker. You usually play till 10. And that's pretty much the major changes I can think of.
Now, is this 6 players out of the box, or is it 8 players out of the box?
6 out of the box, with the plastic included.
Okay. All right, very, very cool. I know if you're like me, you're probably chomping at the bits to get your hands on this one. That is Twilight Imperium, 4th edition from Fantasy Flight Games, my personal favorite game of all time, so needless to say, very excited to check it out. If you enjoyed this Gen Con coverage, please be sure to click on that subscribe button down below and in the comments below. Let me know, if you could re-theme Twilight Imperium to any other theme, what would it be? Don't say Star Wars.
Oh, well, no. You know, it might be kind of cool to, like, explore, like, underwater ice moon of Jupiter. You're building colonies. Like, you've got your own Atlantis, and you have, like underground submarines that go to war for, like, central Atlantis. You know, you can still keep it in space. I don't know, I had a role-playing session where we decided that was what we were doing, was we were submarines under the ice moon of Jupiter, so...
I hate when I ask questions and I have no answer for it. I think I'd do superhero themed. I think that'd be interesting if you could customize your superhero squadron to, like, you would be you would be your own squadron of superheroes. I'd be my own squadron of superheroes, saving planets. Let me know in the comments below. How would you re-theme Twilight Imperium if you could do it? And as always, thanks for your time, YouTube. All right, thanks a lot, man.
Yeah.